Yo, Inca, you want to come out here? Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Incog back at it again with another BBL video. So you might notice a few things. One, and more importantly, this is a new mic. So if I sound better or worse, I guess you'll be able to tell. I can also just turn it down manually on my mic settings right here. Now I'm lower instead of peaking. Now I'm peaking, maybe. I don't know. Regardless, hi. BBL week 7. We are 3-3 -1 or something of that sort. Lost to Racer last week, no cap. And pretty bad loss if you ask me, because we could have easily gotten that game won, but we didn't. And this week we played Joe the Flamin' and his Atlanta Talon Flames. Joe's one of the few people that I met pretty early into my draft league career that I've maintained friendship with, and he's a pretty cool guy. He has now changed his name to Talon Master J, and you should definitely check him out. His videos are definitely dope to watch, and I definitely enjoy watching some good old Joe the Flamin' Talon Master J, you know what I mean? So with that being said, he had like the second pick in the draft, so he got Yveltal and then built a team subsequently around it that is scary. However, Joe is 0-6, unfortunately, just given that he has not had the best luck this season, which is unfortunate. But obviously we haven't had the greatest of luck recently, so one of us got to leave out of here winning, and I would like to be that person. I'd like to end off the season 4-3, or not 4-3, every fucking, that'd be awful. That'd be like 7 weeks. I end off this season 6-3 at best, so I have to win my last 3 games. So with that being said, Joe's team is Yveltal, Necrozma, Aegis / Nidoqueen, Latias, Mamoswine, Slurpuff, Magmortar, Lucario, and Vanillix. But all you really need to know about is Yveltal, Necrozma, Nidoqueen, Mamoswine, Slurpuff, Magmortar, and then possibly Aegis / and Latias. This is really just like a top 8 type of scenario, or 8 of his Pokemon could come and the rest of them don't. So moreover, Yveltal, he's brought Assault Vest a bunch of times this season. I think it'll definitely be brought this time because obviously it's a really good set here. Necrozma could be D-Dance, could be Meteor Beam and Rock Polish, and definitely can be very scary. Nidoqueen could definitely be more defensive oriented and be Sheckle Berry to take on Groudon. Mamoswine definitely comes Scarf. Slurpuff could be Webs, or just generally speaking Calm Mind, Sweeping, Sticky Web using. It's a very unfortunate Pokemon to want to fight this week. And then Magmortar is best check to Weavile, obviously, because it could obviously get it burned, and it could take a knockoff or 2 or 3. So there is that. Unfortunately, though, we have Weavile and Lycanroc and everything else on this team that can definitely beat the rest of Joe's team. The only bad part is that we have to really think about how we go about this game. We can't play too passively, but we have to play super like aggressively at the same time. And definitely on my short list, I definitely want to bring Victini and Mimikyu, but then I found that it wouldn't be as productive when it comes to winning the game. So definitely leave them on the bench. And yeah, so Joe definitely has a team where you can definitely guess the sets, but it's more about how you play around them than just getting them correct. So let's go and talk about what we're bringing this week, excuse me, right now. I have not named the Pokemon, mostly because I was doing mocks until pretty like much an hour ago. So I really wanted to make sure that I got everything correct before I start naming Pokemon. We're going to switch over to Life Orb Weavile again. If you know, you know. We have Life Orb Weavile, Knockoff, Low Kick, Icicle Crash, and Ice Shard. 2 KOs, all Slurpuffs, generally speaking, if they're like not a ton of HP or defense. It genuinely just gets Nidoqueen up out of there unless it's Yachi Berry. Knockoff is really good against Joe's entire team because we're faster than Yveltal. Icicle Crash should be doing a great chunk of damage. Life Orb just helps getting off good damage. We were Banded at first, but I think Banded might be less good or just not great, just solely on the fact that actually, you know what? I'm gonna go E-Belt. I'm gonna go E-Belt entirely just because I don't want to keep losing health due to Life Orb damage, of course, and that could definitely stack up with Rocky Helmet and such. So Knockoff plus Loki plus Icicle Crash. Ice Shard really hit everything on this team, and that's all we really needed for, just to hit everything on this team. Next up we got Pult, Dragon Pulse, Castleberry, Will-O-Wisp, Hex, Shadow Ball, Surf. This allows us to live, I believe, 2 Ice Shards from Mamoswine. If it's Choice Scarf, Jolly. If it's Banded, then GG's. We're just going to die in like 1 or 2, or exactly 1 or 2. We can definitely live 2, I'm pretty sure. As far as I did my investments. 132 speed just for Yveltal. We burn everything on this team that we'd like to burn. We can hex everything else. We can Shadow Ball, generally speaking, and Surf is just mostly there for Magmortar and Nidoqueen. Because we can't burn Magmortar, and like I think Surf would just be good overall. Just maybe Nidoqueen. But also this Pokemon, at least Dragon Ball wise, burning everything would be really, really dope. And getting off hexes in the end game could definitely help us a lot. But speaking of sets that I haven't brought that I think are really good, Lycanroc Dusk is heavy duty boots, Endure, Stone Edge, Stealth Dark, Reversal. Obviously, by the way, I dropped Salamence and now I have no defog and no hazard removal at all. I'm forced to run heavy duty boots on at least 1 or 2 Pokemon, unless I can kill the Rocker first. So basically, we are heavy duty boots, Tough Gloves, we're Stealth Dark, Reversal, Stone Edge, Endure. Obviously, I haven't like adjusted my moves yet to make sure I have the right moves in the right positions. But with that being said, we can Endure, then Reversal everything on this team, generally speaking, unless it is a Scarf motherfucking Mamoswine. But everything else doesn't want to take Reversal, and anything that wants to take Reversal doesn't want to take Stone Edge. Outside of that, it'd be Aegislash, and at that point in time, we have other Pokemon that can handle that. And we want to get up rocks as soon as possible, because if we can get the knockoff on Yveltal pretty easily, then we're in a really good spot after that, because then it's taking 25. And if he's not heavy duty boots, then he's taking 25 on entry every time, which is really, really good for us damage calc wise. Next up, we got heavy duty boots Groudon, Heat Crash, Precipice Blade, Stone Edge, Rock Polish. All we need is 1 Rock Polish. We outpace his entire team, and we get really good damage with Stone Edge. We 2-hit KO every Latias in existence. Heat Crash will give us good damage just in general because we are a very heavy Pokemon, and it's a good coverage move to have against a team that has something like a Nidoqueen that could definitely be running Sheikah Berry. Precipice Blades is obviously our stab, and yeah, Groudon's just here chilling like a villain, bro. We have our certified Yveltal check unless it's physical, Vaporeon, Heal Bell, Toxic Wish, and Scald, just max Spadef, and it basically will live a dark. It will be only 3 code by Dark Pulse after leftovers. If we can get off a Wish and then possibly just get off a Toxic against it, that'd be better. If Nidoqueen's coming in, we can Scald it, and that'll get us good damage. If we can Scald also Necrozma and Aegislash just to check if they're physical, or at least it would matter more if they're physical. If they're not physical, then damn, we just got to burn for no reason. But like at the same time, I feel like still getting those burns is definitely good for a Dragapult endgame, unless both of them have started setting up. So there is that. Regardless, last Pokemon is Celesteela, which is also leftovers, Leech Seed, Heavy Slam, Earthquake, Iron Defense, attack boosting. Really, really interestingly like crazy set. At first, this is a weakness policy setup set, but I felt as though that wouldn't be that great this week. So we went with Heavy Slam, Earthquake, Iron Defense, Leech Seed. We can Iron Defense up against an Aegislash that is going to be boosting its speed, then its attack with Swords Dance. We can Leech Seed everything, generally speaking, then we can Heavy Slam them down and get them out of there. We're gonna probably adjust the leftovers number in a minute here. I know people overreact about that kind of stuff, so I'm just gonna go down to 193 and go up here to 92. There we go. But yeah, basically, Heavy Slam Earthquake hits everything else on this team for really good damage. Getting off Leech Seed is really nice because I don't think Joe has a grass type that's relevant. Yeah, no, he doesn't have a grass type at all. So getting off Leech Seeds would really be nice, and an Earthquake hits everything else that we need. Generally speaking, we're going to try and lead off with potentially Weavile just to get off good damage at first. Nothing wants to stay in against Weavile, generally speaking, and everything else switch in still doesn't want to be in against Weavile, like Slurpuff, Magmortar, even to some extent a Yveltal set that could like try and defensively beat it, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, Weavile's definitely our lead. I'll arrange the moves in a way that I would want to click them in. And then after that, if Weavile can get pressure on this team, then we can easily sweep it up with Rock Polish Groudon or Lycanroc Dusk or Dragapult. Weavile's very much a great Pokemon in this game, but I feel as though it's mostly just going to be pressure. I wanted to make an end game where at least if Weavile's dead, I have Pokemon that can definitely still win the game. And with Dragapult, Lycanroc Dusk, and Groudon, all 3 of them can do that for me, and that's very, very important this week. And the fact that I had to pack heavy duty boots on 2 Pokemon definitely tells you that T-Spikes can definitely come. Webs are definitely a possibility, so we definitely have Clear Body and Dragapult. And yeah, so we want to make sure that we avoid hazards as much as possible, or at least getting affected by them as much as possible. But yeah, that's going to do it for this team builder against the Atlanta Talonflames and Joe the Flamin', aka Talon Master J. You guys like this video, leave a like, comment, subscribe. And yeah, this is going to be team builder, and I'll talk to you guys later.